Hello everyone, this is Detective Dick Gumshoe. Welcome back to another part of Apologize. Oh god, that is just ridiculous. I'm sorry. Whatever. Welcome back to the part of Apologize. This is Ace Attorney. Last let you guys off. We were given an introduction to the case we given as we're acting as Phoenix Wright. As you can tell, this is the part of the game where we get to play as Phoenix from 7 years ago when he lost his attorney badge. We get to pretty much relive the incident. Well, not relive. We get a chance to see what happens to Phoenix at the point in time when he lost his attorney's badge. So, let's get this started, shall we? Now, pretty much what it is we want to press, as usual, since we don't have Apollo Justice's really broken and really not greatly done ability, we now have to rely on Phoenix's intuition alone. So we want to press statement 3. The defendant did what he asked him to and shot the old man on his forehead. So we just want to press this. How can you be so sure? Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get the noggin cranking. You fail to grasp the concept of questioning, detective. First, we got this letter. It says shoot in the forehead, loud and clear. I can say that, but I still wouldn't do it. Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal. Or a set of balls. I mean, you fail to grasp the concept of shooting people people is bad, detective. Yes, you do. We also found the defendant's pistol at the scene. Well, Mr. Wright, as far as I can tell from looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim. The photo, maybe there's something in there I can use. So they're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead. I think there's a hole in the prosecution's argument. Clearly, Mr. Enigmar, I have no clue, didn't pull the trigger, shot something else. We want to say shot something else because clearly there's a hole in the background I forgot to mention to you guys. There's a hole in the background. Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me. Yes? What does the letter tell us? The defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse, his teacher's wishes. Bingo, pal. That's why the defendant popped him in the forehead. Oh, the defense disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he could make.
What? And you can prove that with this photo?
I could prove he had a choice. Yes. Popped him in the forehead. The defendant might have fired like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. He shot somebody in the forehead, alright. He shot something. A clown head, as you can see clearly right there. He shot a clown in the forehead. The clown doll. Take a closer look. See? It's been shot in the forehead too. Ah, there's a hole in its forehead. Not a forehead shooting here. Yes, and a hole in the prosecution's claim.
Ha! And I suppose you have a reason as to why he shot the clown doll?
He didn't just shoot the doll. He shot the doll's forehead.
Its forehead? Ah!
Looking up a cold sweat there, Gavin, even some years prior. Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shot square in the forehead, which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead. You didn't tell him to shoot him in the forehead, to shoot a forehead. The defense has raised an intriguing possibility. The hole in the clown's forehead. This definitely looks like it was shot. Bailiff, send someone to investigate this matter.
I admit I'm impressed, but I expected nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim.
Perhaps he didn't have to shoot a forehead as ordered, but the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his orders without taking a life. The bullet in the hole in the clown doll's forehead does demand an explanation. It might very well be a clue. Yet Prosecutor Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim.
So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see the mighty fall.
Further proof of Gavin being a dick. How sad it is to see the novice's overconfidence. He doesn't realize just how big his little hole is going to get. Man, you could tell he was really confident in his skills to pull apart testimony by this point in his life. Now tell the gumshoe. Please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony. So what if he shot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal. So let me get this straight. You're saying my client first shot the clown, then shot the victim. Hey, not a bad summary, pal. More of a confirmation than a summary, but whatever.
There was really more of a confirmation than a summary. But our defense attorney seems pleased enough with himself.
Even back then, I just want to punch him square in the face. Do these people ever miss a chance to mock me?
Well, now that Mr. Wright's gotten that out of his system, shall we continue with the testimony?
I didn't have time to gather all the details before coming in here. This testimony might be my only source of information. Better pay attention and read this letter carefully. Let's see here. Actually, the victim kind of ordered the okay, we want to. This is this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. 4. I think we want to, press this. You mean this pistol, the one in the crime scene photo? That's the one. It's a funny looking gun, so there's no mistaking it.
We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with a bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match.
So, you verified the murder weapon, in other words. You bet we did. Let's press this. Why are you so certain? What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, pal? You never heard of Zack and Valent's quick draw shoot 'em? Huh? What's that? One of the defendant's specialties. As you can tell, there's actually a third person in this photo right here. Zack Valent standing on each side of a girl. Then he shoots, but the bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on stage. This was one of the pistols they used in their show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it.
Many boys and girls joined the police because of that pistol, I hear.
You know, that would explain a lot of the police force. Trope Grammary stopped doing that act a while ago. The old man held on to that pistol ever since. The court would like to see the pistol in question. You got it, sir. Here she is. Well, this truly is a blast from the past. It's a stage pistol for a magic show, see? But it can't fire real bullets. It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV. Yeah, but it can only hold 1 round. By the way, the pistol's firing chamber is empty. 1 round, you say? That totally contradicts what you just said about firing in a clown's forehead. And the freaking head. So, were any fingerprints found on that gun?
Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might say that a lack of fingerprints is in fact a fingerprint of its own.
Aha, intriguing point. Well made. Whoa, not well made, not intriguing. In any case, the court accepts this evidence. My grandchild will get a kick out of seeing this. Wait a minute, you're old enough to, oh yes, for he is an old man. But wait a minute, you have grandchildren? Where are your children? But now it's time to return to our testimony. So we want to present this thing. He just told us that this can only fire 1 bullet. How can he shoot the freaking the clown and shoot the victim? That makes no sense. The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed a bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand? Yeah, but like I just said, pal. After he shot the clown in the forehead, he went in. No. Did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not. The murder weapon? How? It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time. Ah! If he had shot the clown in the forehead, he could have shot the victim too.
That's not a contradiction, not even close.
I'm loving this music right now.
All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot.
Oh, where did he get the extra bullet? They're not easy to come by, you know. If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it.
Ugh. I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. No, this part is just getting started. And I haven't proven anything yet, beyond my good looks and startling record sales.
And utter lack of humility. Oh god. Ah, what's this? It seems that the prosecution has another witness prepared.
Like I said, her detective was just a warm-up act.
Ugh.
Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what's to come, they're ready.
Ready for what?
For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who, you will find, can prove one thing for us. That was Zach Gramari who shot the victim in the forehead.
Very well. I think a lot of you guys will find this witness rather shocking, but we'll only get to see him with the 15-minute recess. We'll pause for a 15-minute recess. This might be lucky. This might be my lucky break. I'll need the 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach. Court is adjourned. Classic. Oh god, this is ridiculous. Classic right. just open the bottle. Classic right. We won't save here. Actually, we might save afterwards. I'm just gonna wait for a minute. April 19th. This game likes to have cases during the springtime. I noticed that. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less. We've only just begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually. I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discovered the truth for yourself. I was thinking of you, you know. I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night in the hospital, what really happened? Ah, the way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You're scared, Trucy. Speaking of which, where is he? Where is she? You have seen the problem yourself, the letter. The one shot in the forehead. One right. Yes, and the reason he speaks of. I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death. Why not? This is something I will not say, for now at least. What's this for now business? I have done many things in my life, some well, some poorly. But this is a cross we must bear alone to our graves. You wanted to know about the night of the incident. Finally, this guy sure likes to take his time getting into important stuff. Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time, and I found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols. 2? Yes, the one I had used on stage, and the one that had been used by my partner, Valent. Oh, for the Zach Valent's quick draw thing. My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. Then I took the pistol into my hand. I cannot deny that my resolve faltered then, for a moment. You faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him? Recall there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though not his first. So there was those other requests you couldn't refuse before. To be honest, I've not always been steadfast, and I fear I've brought pain upon Trucy. Was Magnifique coercing his disciple somehow? Just what was going on in Truth Grammary? Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. In your pocket? I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you will find it to be different from the one in my mentor. What were those called? Rifling marks? Yes. Well, that is all I have to tell you concerning the case. Concerning the case? You mean there's something else you can tell me? Ha 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 ha. You are a fascinating man, Mr. Wright. Thanks. Yes, there is something. My mentor, his eyes opened. What? Magnifique Gramarye? The old devil. He was not asleep, you see. Of course, the gunshot would have woken him up anyway. And there, we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion. Magnifique 5-10 minutes or so. Maybe 5-10 minutes or so. What did you talk about? Ha ha, Mr. Wright. Did I not tell you? Did I not just tell you? It does not concern this case. Zach Gramarye, he seems pretty steadfast to me, or maybe just stubborn. Mr. Wright, your presence is requested in the courtroom. Once again, I am in your hands. Right, so let's get back in there. And with that, we'll end it here, folks. So next time on Apologist Ace Attorney, we'll continue this case and hopefully defend Magnifique's disciple, Zach. See you guys then.